needs to be stopped. Also, everyone uses Vivian, so maybe the next time you're going to give us a buddy, maybe find a way to make all the buddies useful and interesting so that not everybody picks Vivian.
Or like, say, the Warlock, not Taunt.
So or stupid. Maybe if you're going to give someone a tanking companion, maybe not make them the size of a damn building.
Yeah.
And always right in front of your camera.
Mm-hmm. Very much
like so. Just throwing out some basic ideas that should have been really obvious. Yeah. That was perhaps harsh. Tetsemi, I'm not calling him by his name or his Twitter name. I'm calling Tetsemi. Said, story, lore, a reason to leave the garrison. Where's my drive? I do not feel threatened by Gul'dan or the Iron Horde at all. I am all for this. I don't feel like... So recently, I don't remember who it was, but someone with Blizzard was asked, are we able to get back to our world now, or are we trapped currently? And they said, oh no, there's been enough time, you can get back to the world now. And in a lot of ways, that broke the story for me, because as soon as I found that out, I was like, then what are we still doing here? And then I thought, oh, I already know the answer. It's because the Iron Horde is still a danger and a threat to us.
But we're not doing anything.
I don't really feel like they are. And also, I feel like conquering our world was really Garrosh's idea, and maybe he talked Grom into it, but Grom's not even in the picture anymore because he's just a prisoner. So, like, what does Gul'dan care? He's not mad at our world. Like, let's pack it up and leave. Who cares about this stupid alternate reality? Yeah, they're probably all going to die in Fellfire. Sucks to be them.
That's what they get for using him as a door.
Yeah, like, we got stuff to do. We already dealt with our Gul'dan. Somebody else deal with this Gul'dan. It's not our problem anymore.
Yeah, Portal's gone, so who cares, right?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Sorry, I don't want to, like, give more time than we have, but since we destroyed the portal, don't you think the one back in our Azeroth should have changed back?
Yeah, but that's a time travel thing. It's just try not to think about it.
Darn you, dragons!
I do think once we hit that point, it should change to old version of... I don't know. It's an MMO. It's tough. It's weird.
Yeah, okay.
It's time. Works. Blood Elf starting zone. If you want to go through time like a friggin' Time Lord, play that.
Okay. Lanky Brit says, no cross-realm zones. I agree.
I think Cross-Realm Zones is great as far as the ability to bring in people from other zones to participate in group content. I think that's a real positive addition to the game. I think the automatic dropping you into and taking you out of Cross-Realm Zones is god-awful and needs to die in a fire.
Especially hunting rares, because it's like, oh, on my map, look, there's a rare. Then you cross the zone, and it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
Let's get rid of that.
Yes.
Spanky Hunter says, I want players to stop being lazy and go do the optional stuff instead of whining all the time. Oh, you mean in-game, mobile stable. So, Spanky Hunter and I, we've talked about him before. He and I don't agree on a lot of things. I really like him. He's another person who I don't agree with, but guess what? I'm able to disagree with people without having to think it reflects poorly upon them, and thankfully they feel the same way, because they've always remained very nice to me, most of the time. So, I disagree. So first of all, this is a video game. Everything in the video game is optional. We all have the option to not play the game at all. 100% of the content's optional content. It is choosing which content applies to you and whether or not you want to do that. Right now, a lot of people are complaining, or as you put, whining, because the optional content that they have elected to participate in is not fulfilling and not being supported by Blizzard. I don't think that that is anything that should be held against them. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. PvP's in the game. I don't like PvP. I'm not going to go play it. Period.
Yeah, I'm not. And guess what? If Blizzard puts out a patch that is all 100% PvP, I'm still going to complain about there not being anything in the game, because that's my right. I don't have to participate in PvP. You cannot make me.
Exactly.
Jocelyn made me once.
Yeah. And we had fun for that afternoon.
Yeah. It's good.
All right. Well, with that, I think that that ends our wants. We also got a couple questions that we're going to fly through.
Yep.
First up from Warfront. How do you feel the community aspect of the game has changed, and what role does it play in our views of the game today? Quick answer is that the community aspect is really far gone unless you're in an active guild, because you don't see people anywhere. What our role is we are to, lead an army that just stays in our garrison.
Yeah, our the community has shifted. It's kind of become your personal community. I feel like when WoW started, we were kind of all in this together. I feel like the forums have gotten perhaps a little bit too toxic, or at least the perception of that has become that it's too toxic for people to want to go in there. And so for me, the community of WoW is my friends and guild. Like, that is my community, and they're great, and I love them. And also, not to diminish this by making it sound like it's an afterthought, but the community around this show, the people that I've interacted with through this show, whether they're agreeing with me or more frequently disagreeing with me, I like all of them quite a bit. All of you, I guess, because I'm speaking to you right now.
Yeah. You're all pretty awesome.
I think they're all great too. And so it has made the game far more interesting. If I didn't do this show, I might actually not be playing the game, but you all make it more exciting and interesting for me. So that's part of what keeps me around.
Yep. And our last submission / question. Do you want to take it or should I?
You go ahead and take it.
All right. This is from our friend Remgar. He wants to know what we think of, I think it's Asa Butterfield as the new Spider-Man. I'll start off by saying he was absolutely great as Ender in Ender's Game. So, sure. I mean, if they keep him more as a high school kid than like adult, I think he'll fit in just fine with kind of how I would like to see Spider-Man in the films.
Yeah, I mean, they've said they're keeping him high school age for the new movie. He's got the look, sure. My prerequisite for who plays Spider-Man is really simple. They need to do a good job.
There you go.
That's my requirement. Also, I would really like it to be Peter Parker. And I'm not saying that as a racial thing, because I don't care what ethnicity you are, but I like the character Peter Parker, so I don't care who they get. It can be anybody in the world. Maybe I might be saying it can't be a girl, but I actually would be okay if they wanted to bring in like Spider-Gwen or something like that. I think that would be cool.
Heck, I'd be happy with
I'm
Patricia
a fan
Parker.
of the character Peter Parker. I actually stopped being interested in Ultimate Spider-Man when Miles Morales took over, mostly because he was too young. I wasn't very invested in the life of a middle schooler. High school was already kind of pushing it. Like, I already think people in high school kind of over-exaggerate the importance of that period of their life. So a middle schooler, I'm like, psh, he doesn't even know. So I think high school is fine. I'd like to see Peter Parker. I really don't care who plays them.
Yeah, that being said,
as long as they do a good job.
When Donald... crap, I forget his last name. Donald Glover. When Donald Glover was like petitioning for an audition, I think he would have been awesome. He's got the comedic timing that would have been perfect for Spider-Man and Peter and everything.
I actually thought that was a really good choice. But I also heard a lot of people saying it should be Donald Glover and it should be as Miles Morales. And I was like, no, Donald Glover as Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And then I'm good.
Yeah, the Miles... Okay, just... Not to drag the show on even longer, Miles Morales doesn't have the same kind of like jokey attitude and everything that Peter does in the comics, and that's one of the big differences between them. Like, I've read all of them, but I really, really enjoyed Peter's run because he is such a smartass. So, yeah. Anyways, that's such a nerd. Yeah, that's enough Spider-Man talk because we'll go forever on that. Anyways,
wanted to know.
Yeah. So if you want to know more, text us because I'm sure we'll discuss that quite a bit. But in the meantime, Celebrity Murloc Theater.
Celebrity Murloc Theater.
Okay, so we have 2 submissions this week. I love it. I love it when we get more than one. John, quick rundown. Why Celebrity Murloc Theater?
Every week that we get a Celebrity Murloc Theater submission, we are adding to a pot of money that we are going to donate to Child's Play charity at the end of the year.
Yes, the end. There's many different types. Listen to previous shows. You can hear the kind, and here we go. Our first one is actually by our very own War Chief, Chief Vol'jin. So, Chief Vol'jin, thank you very much. Here is his submission.
From the wreckage of the Cataclysm, the Troll Empire will rise again! Vol'jin of the Dark Spear, you would turn your back on your own people?
The Horde is my people. If it be war you bring, then I stand against you.
So be it, Dark Spear. But against the powers we'll soon unleash, none shall stand for long.
It's a lot of Murlocs. Oh, there it is.
It was like you jumped in too early. I'm like, oh, it's coming, it's coming.
Yeah.
Chief Vol'jin, thank you. That was great. And it reminded me of the discussion that we had forever ago about how Murloc should join the different factions just by showing up.
Yep, they just show up.
Exactly. And our next submission, this is from Ro. Ro, thank you very much. And without further ado, one of my new favorite songs.
Aw, that Murloc was disappearing, but now he's solid again.
And how fitting that we had a DeLorean on the show. We had, Murloc sing Earth Angel. What better way to continue than talk about a really cool shirt that is Azeroth Roundtable that you can get at slashloot.com. So head to slashloot.com, click on podcast. You can find the very own Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt. Also, if you want a necklace or keychain, head to geekasylum.etsy.com. You can find more of our merchandise there. You're surprised I did that, aren't you?
That was the whole ad?
Yep, that was the whole ad.
I feel like that lacked a lot of character.
Well, you know what? We can do an even better one next week. How's that?
I just feel like people are going to feel like they got cheated.
Okay. Well, then, what would you do for a t-shirt ad?
Hey, Ben!
What is it, John?
Do you like explosive action?
Do I?
Do you like guns?
In what context?
Do you like guns on t-shirts?
Yeah!
Well, I got a shirt that doesn't have one for you.
Really? What shirt is that?
It's got something better. It's got a microphone.
A microphone. Phone.
And a Murloc.
And a Murloc. Lock.
And text.
And text.
If you want your very own Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt that is friendly whether or not you like guns, you just head on over to slashloot.com. Click on podcast. And find the Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt.
Shirt.
It'll make you 110% cooler.
Cooler.
Or warmer if it's cold outside. It's better to wear a shirt.
Yeah.
You don't want to catch a cold. That'll mess you up, man.
So, John, how can people find you?
If people want to find me, they can follow me on Twitter. I am on Twitter, John_Jagger. You can also find me frequently all over our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/AzerothRT. Mostly doing Heroes stuff, but we're now posting the full show up there, pre and post show. You can catch me every Saturday along with Scott Johnson on the NVIDIA stream. That runs from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And in addition to that, tomorrow I will be appearing on the Stormcast to talk some more Heroes of the Storm because it has taken over my life. Now, I do also want to give one special shout out to a friend of the show. He's been on the show, Nad Nerb. That's Brendan backwards.
What?
That he is doing an Operation Supply Drop charity. I said I'd go ahead and throw out the tiny URL. It's tinyurl.com/whiskey6. He's going to be giving out Xbox, PSN, and WoW codes for donors at random. It supports a really good cause with, through Operation Supply Drop. So check that out as well.
Definitely. If you're looking for me, you can
Ben,
find me. I'm on Twitter.
Where are you?
I'm on Twitter at AlTheMage. I'm also on Geektopia and Battle Pets. This show, though, you can also follow on Twitter. We are at AzerothRT, as well as always on Stitcher, TuneIn, iTunes, and AzerothRoundtable.com. You can find all of our episodes in all of those venues. As for the show, if you didn't get a chance to send in what you wanted, or you said, by golly, that is preposterous, what somebody said, and you want to react, go ahead and email us at AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com. And our intro contains music from Volatile Reaction by Kevin MacLeod. You can find more of his music at incompetech.com. Wow, that was a long one.
That's what she said.
And I got that on the recording. Perfect.
Oh, good. I was worried for a moment that maybe that might not be on the recording.
I figured. That's the most important thing you put on there, right?
Yeah.
I didn't mean that as it sounded. That was really mean to me, and I didn't mean that like that.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, John.
What is your favorite article of clothing that you put on every day?
You know what? In all honesty, it is my shirt.
Now, why is it a shirt?
Because it covers up my upper body. And, that is, of course, where your core temperature is. You want to make sure that, it's nice and warm or cool, regardless of what the temperature is outside, so that, you can stay kind of regulated. Plus, it has, now, I might be slightly overweight, so it's kind of like a bigger canvas on me than other people, but it's a way to kind of show off stuff that I like.
Yeah, you can make a statement with it. I've never looked at somebody and said, man, those pants are making a statement. That's not entirely true, but it's tough. It's tough to make a statement with pants.
Unless they were like, Daisy Dukes or something. That's a statement right there.
I mean, it's a statement for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But with a t-shirt, you can make a bold statement. In addition to that, you can support good causes.
Really? Like what?
I don't know. I mean, if you were... I think band shirts are a little weird, but I mean, if you really wanted to be like, I like this band, you could wear a band shirt. Mm-hmm. If you really like a movie, you can wear a shirt that is relating to a movie. If you like...
Oh, well, do you know what shirt I'm wearing right now?
What shirt are you wearing right now?
Well, originally when you saw me, I was wearing my Overwatch shirt because, Overwatch. But,
sponsoring Overwatch.
Yeah, I changed it after I got home because of, the weird black stuff that ended up on it from me moving my chair. Right now, I'm actually wearing my Rail Maintenance shirt.
Oh, look at that. So I guess it would be possible then to... show your support for like a podcast even.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm doing it right now. It says Rail Maintenance, got the logo like right over where a breast pocket would be, but there's no pocket because, well, I don't need to carry a pen or something. But on the back, it says BlizzCon 2014 because I got it for BlizzCon last year.
Oh man, that's cool. And you know what I think is really cool about that? Because I mean, we know Ro. Ro's a good guy. Yeah. He's done a lot of cool stuff for us, but podcasting isn't free, and no. I'm sure that like getting that t-shirt helps him out a bit. Like it's a cool way to support and help out a podcaster. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. And if I was way into something, if there was something I enjoyed, like I don't know, like a television show that's on every week, or, you know, somebody was putting out some content on a weekly basis at a particular time, I would want to support that. And I think a really cool way to do that would be to like buy a shirt or something. So
Yeah.
I just think it's a really cool world we live in. But not only that, Ben, but so a BlizzCon ago,
Yeah.
I got this really sweet keychain, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a keychain. It was of Malthael from Diablo 3.
Oh, yeah, I got that from the goodie bag, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. I love it. I loved it. But one day I came home and I pulled my keys out of my pocket, and sitting on my front door was that keychain. It had fallen off. It had broken off.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And now I don't have a keychain. I just have keys.
Well,
There's no expression, there's no color, there's no anything. And I was thinking, you know, I probably am going to need to get another keychain at some point.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, I have an in, right?
totally.
Because guess what? I mean, you know, but I'll tell you just so you are aware of it.
Okay.
Geekasylum.etsy.com.
Oh.
Sarah makes keychains.
Yeah.
I could get her to make me a keychain
Yeah.
with money.
That is one way that you can do that, actually.
With my art.
It's kind of cool how that works, right?
I don't know. Saying it out loud now, I feel like I'm getting mildly ripped off. But if it wasn't my own art that I was buying for myself, I would think it was
for
awesome.
me. Like, don't you think it's a great deal for me because I did not produce that art?
Yeah, you didn't produce that art.
No,
You should have to buy it.
I really should.
But yeah, I mean, that's a cool place to get that. She sells other stuff there too, doesn't she?
Yeah, like necklaces.
Oh, necklaces.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't wear a necklace. I did for a
you
while.
could.
I wore a chain for a while, but I'm not going to wear a necklace. It's
But-
not for me.
You can
But
put things
people
on
could.
chains, like pendants.
Yeah. Yeah, you could totally do that. You could get a pendant.
You know what?
Yeah.
The cool thing is like the keychains that you were talking about, they can be put as pendants as well.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I know.
Man,
like-
that's multifaceted. That's skill.
If you had that same chain that you used to wear, you could put that pendant right on there, and boom.
I could put it right on there. Yeah.
You
I'd
could.
feel weird about, because I mean, I know it's my art in
Mm-hmm.
this case, but like, I'd feel weird about wearing my own art around my neck. But I mean, other people,
Well, I mean, if someone's a
That's-
fan of your art, you'd think that they'd want to.
yeah, I mean, it'd be a cool way to, you know, support people.
Yeah.
It's just a weird world we live in.
It is.
I just wanted to talk to you about, we don't talk about clothes very much. You buy a lot of shirts, so, well, I don't, yeah, you just have a lot of shirts. I have seen many different shirts on you.
Did you see the one that I tweeted earlier?
What did you tweet earlier?
Well, it was what day was that? I think it was Wednesday. It's a really cool Portal shirt that I got.
Yeah, showing your love for Portal.
Yeah, exactly.
Portal's a good game.
I think so. We should start a podcast.
I mean, yeah,
about
you've
it.
got it covered. Supporting video games, supporting podcasts, the hardworking podcaster who has to, come up with fresh content every week.
Yeah, and sometimes when you can't think of any fresh content, you just ask people for stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that nobody knows is when you just absolutely have no idea what to do, you just say, hey, call in and, fill an entire show with it. It's
More so.
so incredibly lazy, but, it makes for what it is.
Yeah, you can tell when people really have given up if they don't even produce their own content anymore.
Yeah, when they start asking the fans to make the content for them, whew, they jump to the shark for sure.
Oh yeah, not even a shark, like a whole school of sharks.
Like that tunnel that goes through the shark experience at SeaWorld. It's like jumping over the whole shark experience.
Exactly.
So,
Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream.
That was great. I loved watching the chat's reaction to that as they try and figure out what exactly we are doing. Also, I give huge props to Sasri, who managed to type realm maintenance backwards somehow.
Yeah.
So good on
job.
her.
I will say, though, that I did record that whole thing. I got to put that on the show. That was great.
The longest friggin' advertisement we've ever done.
It's like 7.5 minutes.
Great! Perfect.
I love you guys. Okay, we are going to hop over. We got a team set up for heroes and everything. We'll be back in a few minutes. John will stream, and we'll see you guys in a few. So, bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I got to
For now.
click the right thing. So, yeah, be back in a few.